you do it again. You meet someone new, a friend, a partner, sometimes even a boss, and for a while it feels exciting. They have potential. They have charm. They have something you can see yourself building with. And then, slowly, the pattern shows up. You need them, and they are not there. You are exhausted, and somehow you are still the one holding the conversation, the plans, the emotional weight of the relationship. You ask for a little support, and you get an excuse, or silence, or a version of care that feels like it is always running a few seconds behind what you actually needed. You tell yourself this one is different. But if you are honest with yourself, quietly, in the moments no one else can hear you, this is not the first time. This is a pattern. And patterns are not bad luck. Patterns are information. Today I want to explain what is actually happening. Not to make you feel broken, and not to make you feel like it is all your fault. I want to explain the real psychology behind why capable, loving, high-effort women keep ending up with people who cannot meet them. And more importantly, how to change it. Let's name it clearly. This is the pattern of being drawn to people who are emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, or simply depleted, and mistaking the chase, the effort, or the potential for connection. It looks like this. The partner who is wonderful 90% of the time, but disappears exactly when you need steadiness. The friend who calls you at midnight in her crisis, but goes quiet for weeks when you are the one struggling. The person who says all the right words, but whose actions never quite catch up to them. It looks like falling for potential instead of falling for presence. You see who they could be if they healed, if they tried harder, if they finally showed up, and you fall in love with that version, the one that does not exist yet. Meanwhile the real, current version of them is quietly unavailable, and you are the only one doing the work to bridge that gap. This is not about choosing bad people. Most of the people you attract are not villains. They are simply not resourced enough, emotionally, to hold what you are carrying. And somehow, you keep finding them. Or perhaps more accurately, they keep finding you, because something in you is available for exactly this kind of imbalance. Here's what this pattern actually costs you, underneath the surface. First, it costs you your right to need anything. Over time, you stop asking for support altogether, because some part of you has learned that asking leads to disappointment. So you become the strong one. Always fine. Always capable. Always the one who says, "Don't worry about me, I've got it," even when you don't. Second, it costs you trust. Not just trust in them, trust in the entire idea that support is something you are allowed to receive. Your nervous system starts to associate closeness with disappointment, so even when a genuinely supportive person shows up later, some part of you flinches, waits for the other shoe to drop, or feels suspicious of how easy it feels. Third, it costs you your energy. You are managing two emotional worlds at once, yours, and the unmet needs of everyone around you. Psychologists call this emotional labor, and when it becomes one-sided long enough, it does not just tire you out. It hollows you out. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone, because being surrounded is not the same as being held. And underneath all of it, quietly, resentment builds. Not loud resentment, quiet resentment. The kind that shows up as exhaustion, as irritability, as a slow withdrawal from people you used to open up to freely. That resentment is not a character flaw. It is data. It is your body telling you that the exchange has been unequal for a very long time. Now let's go to the root, with compassion, not judgment. For many women, this pattern starts early, often in childhood, sometimes in a first serious relationship, but almost always somewhere you learned a very specific lesson. Love is something you earn through effort, not something that is simply given to you because you exist. Maybe you grew up being the capable one in your family. The one who kept the peace, who noticed when someone was struggling before they said a word, who became emotionally attuned very young because it kept things stable at home. That skill, noticing, adjusting, holding things together, became your value. And children who learn that their value comes from what they provide often grow into women who are unconsciously drawn to people who need managing, fixing, or holding together. Because that is the role you know how to play. It feels like home, even when home was never actually safe. Or maybe it started with a person who was inconsistent, someone whose love came and went, who was warm one day and distant the next. And your nervous system adapted to that unpredictability by becoming hyper-focused on earning their attention. That intermittent reinforcement, the psychological term for love that is sometimes there and sometimes not, is actually more addictive to the brain than steady, reliable love. It keeps you chasing. It keeps you hoping the next good moment is just one more effort away. This was not your fault. You did not choose to learn that love requires proving yourself. Somebody, or something, taught you that. But here is the harder truth, the one I say with love: this was not your fault, but it is now your responsibility. No one is coming to unlearn this pattern for you. You are the only one who can. Let's make this practical. Here is how to know if this pattern is running your life right now. If you are almost always the one who initiates repair after a conflict, even when you were not the one who caused the hurt, this is you. If you downplay your needs before you even voice them, adding "it's okay if not" or "no pressure" to requests that actually matter to you, this is you. If you feel a flash of guilt when you ask someone for help, as if you are inconveniencing them just by having a need, this is you. If you find steady, consistent people a little boring, while the ones who keep you guessing feel exciting, like there is a chemistry there that calm people don't give you, this is you. That chemistry is often just your nervous system recognizing a familiar pattern, not genuine compatibility. And if you can list, right now, 3 or 4 people in your life who take significantly more than they give, and you have quietly accepted that as normal, this is you. I am not telling you this to make you feel exposed. I am telling you this because you cannot change a pattern you cannot see. Naming it is not weakness. Naming it is the first act of power you take back. Here is how you begin to change this. Not overnight, but starting today. Step 1. Catch yourself overfunctioning in real time. The next time you feel yourself smoothing something over, doing extra, or shrinking a need to make it easier for someone else to meet, pause. Just notice it. Say to yourself, quietly, "I am doing the thing again." Awareness in the moment is what breaks the automatic pattern. Step 2. Test people with small asks before you hand them the big ones. Before you give someone your full trust, your full vulnerability, your full emotional investment, give them a small opportunity to show up. Ask for a small favor. Share a minor struggle. Watch what they do with it. People show you in small moments exactly how they will handle the big ones. Step 3. Practice sitting in the discomfort of being supported without earning it. This will feel strange at first, maybe even suspicious. When someone offers help, resist the urge to immediately repay it, deflect it, or minimize your need. Just say thank you. Let it land. Let yourself receive something you did not have to work for. Step 4. Redefine what chemistry actually means to you. Real connection is not anxiety dressed up as excitement. It is not wondering where you stand. Real chemistry, the kind that lasts, often feels calm. It feels like being able to exhale. Start training yourself to see steadiness as attractive, not as boring. Step 5. When you notice the old pattern with someone new, name it out loud, to yourself, or to them. I notice I am about to do the thing where I minimize what I need. That single sentence, said honestly, interrupts years of automatic behavior. It will feel uncomfortable. Discomfort is not a sign you are doing it wrong. Discomfort is the sign that you are finally doing something different. You were never meant to be the only source of support in every relationship you are in. You were never meant to earn love through exhaustion. Somewhere along the way, you learned that being needed was safer than being cared for, and you have been living inside that lesson ever since. But you can unlearn it. Slowly, one honest moment at a time, one small ask at a time, one boundary at a time. You can build a life full of people who show up for you the way you have always shown up for them. You are not asking for too much. You never were. You were simply surrounded by people who were not capable of meeting you, and now, you know how to look for the ones who are. That is who you are. That is who you are becoming.